out of 10 leads, 3 to 4 are good, maybe 1 to 2 convert. You are going to find about a good 50% of them to be, oh, I forgot, I didn't realize I clicked that submit button, which is really impossible because there's like 3 steps. So they either did or regret doing it or didn't expect you to call them. But, that's like a simple, quick tool that you can prioritize if you're B2B. If you're an e-commerce, Google. You need to do what is now Performance Max campaigns, because Smart Shopping campaigns is what was really good. You need to start creating Performance Max campaigns on Google. So if you're e-commerce clients and you want sales very, very quickly, get yourself a Google ad account set up and start running Performance Max campaigns. That's the element that's really, really going to help. That's going to drive actual revenue and sales and awareness across all of Google's platforms, from display, YouTube, search network, etc. That's going to work for you. So they're the 2 elements from a paid perspective. I would prioritize, which is what the question was. But if you want my actual opinion, everyone neglects search engine optimization. And it's the most fundamental element. So to me, I prioritize our SEO. The only money we spend on Google is to protect our brand, because we have done that well with our SEO strategy that if you type in PPC agency leads, we're in the top 3 of Google. And that comes down to time, dedication, and it doesn't happen overnight. And I understand when you're a startup, you need results quick, you need that revenue quick, you need to be able to grow. You might be looking for investors to come on board, you might need seed funding and elements like that. So you need to show growth and elements of growth, and it doesn't happen easily. But the most important element, which comes to supporting your brand and your online presence, is search engine optimization, which costs more, but in the longer run is worth more, because you need a strong, sustainable level of organic traffic to your website. I've gone and I've had clients come to me where like 70-80% of their traffic is from paid platforms. What if you can't run any ads on Google? Then what are you going to do? What if Facebook comes up with a new update that updates its privacy policy or product policies or policies with advertising that now says that your product, to promote your product, you have to follow certain guidelines that you don't have in place? For example, Google updated their financial verification submissions. So basically, if you're targeting words around, and this impacts a lot of e-commerce clients, impacted them all. If you're offering things on finance, buy now, pay later, Klarna, all these kind of elements, you put that in your ad, in your text ad on Google, and the product will be on there, and Google will look at the page on your website to see if you offer that, and then it's going to say, well, are you FCA regulated to offer finance? You have to complete the form, or you have to provide evidence of why not. And there's been clients that have been impacted by that. There have been businesses out there that have been impacted by that. And that's what I mean. You can't hedge your bets all on paid social, which is why SEO is probably the most important platform, because it's organic traffic. It's people searching for your product and services and you appearing at the top of Google for those products and services that they're looking for. And yes, you have to invest investment into getting that done, granted, but the long-term value, the intrinsic value too, is unbelievable. So yes, they're the 3 key channels: SEO, PPC, paid social. I guess from my perspective is, if it was me, I'd focus on SEO. If you're e-commerce, focus on Performance Max campaigns, because that's going to get you the best reach and performance short term. If you're B2B, then I'd be focusing more attention on tactics like on LinkedIn, like lead gen, in-mail, and, again, lead gen campaigns on social media. But again, it really depends on, I wish the question came with, I'm setting a company in this industry, in this sector. I might have been able to tailor it a bit more, but they're the elements I would do. And the final thing you should prioritize, and it's hard when you're setting up a business, is you want to put as much time into delivering the business and services with the few clients or for the few products you're delivering. And it comes down to the fact that actually your network is your net worth. And that quote was given to me earlier today by Josh, our videographer, who's behind the camera. And it's great, because sometimes I say myself, it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's getting in the room with the right people. Now, over time, in 5 years of running Bobble Digital, I've been able to get myself into the right rooms occasionally, get to know the right people who know clients and services, building a reputation and rapport with them, not just for free, giving them value for something so that when they think of it, they come up to us. It's the same with, we might deal with the marketing managers and marketing directors of our clients, but I make a conscious effort to get to know my owners of those businesses, those owners of those businesses, to understand, right, who is it? Because they're the ones that are going to refer us. When someone goes to me, well, what are you doing to promote yourselves? Or we use X company for it. And this happened with our client Mayfair Worktops, who just introduced us to a leading security CCTV firm, saying, oh, I'd started working with Bobble 3 months ago. They've absolutely delivered on what we needed to. And I got an email, and on the actual bi-weekly call, he was like, oh, Manni, by the way, I'm going to introduce you to so-and-so who's in the same position I was 3 months ago and could do with the help. And obviously you guys delivered for us. I've showed him the work we've done, and he's interested in having a chat to see if you guys can help turn things around. Sometimes that's the owner of the company, not the marketing manager of the company, coming up to me, and that's what I spend a lot of my time on, building those relationships up. We have an event, and I'm going to do another shout out to someone. Probably the first time I've done shout out to someone is Graham Shires of the Business Catalyst Club. Probably one of the best networking events I've ever attended in Leeds, because in that room is just MDs, CEOs, owners from all walks of life in the room, and there's about 150 of them. And the event happens 4 times a year, and you get put on a random table with a number. You have lunch, drinks, there's talks, there's people there looking for investment into businesses, there's people out there promoting themselves, there's news and updates shared from people in the room, whether you're a member, and it's really, really great. You get to meet like-minded individuals, you get to build a rapport, and everybody knows what you're doing, and you only build that rapport, when we go back to your network is your net worth, by spending time out there networking. I think a lot of the time I spent, and I'll be honest with you, I went to the wrong networking events. I went to stuff like 4N, I went to stuff like BNI, and BNI it's like Marmite. You either love it or hate it, and it works for you, it doesn't work for you. But I couldn't do the 6 a.m. starts in the morning, giving 2 leads to somebody else when I was trying to go out there and find leads for myself. Again, you got to find what works for you, but there are events, stuff like Eventbrite, go and stuff like that. Have a look on LinkedIn, see what's going on. Stuff in the sectors that maybe they're the clients you're trying to poach. So I try to attend digital events and showcases that are around digital tech companies. And I go there for the both purpose to see what companies are there. And I profile them, and then we put a strategy together, and I build relationships with people at the stand and say, they ask me why I'm here. So I'm just trying to see what companies are in these sectors, because these are the clients we want to be working with. So again, costs you nothing to do that. A little bit of extra advice in terms of what to do. So just to summarize, your strategy, your brand and online presence, focus on, I'd prioritize SEO, but I understand there's a cost to that. B2B, focus on maybe lead gen. E-commerce, focus on performance max campaigns. And don't forget to network and get yourself out there and start building relationship with real people online, through Zoom and face-to-face. Hopefully that's helped answer the question, from someone. And if you're a startup, you found value in that and understand what to do. But there's a bit of a roadmap for you to start from A to B. And I guarantee if you follow that and do more research and in-depth elements into that, you will be successful as a business. As always, thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell notification. Thank you for listening to this episode. We'll see you next Tuesday for episode 16.